Yes, that is the foundation. Because you are very weak, you may not know how to think more. You only know how to think, but you don't know how to think more. To think more, I've given you foundation. You start from when this life is over. What next? That is when one is dead. When today is your last day on earth, and your body is on the floor. What will happen to everything you claim to have? And if you don't know what will happen to them, remember what happened to your colleague. Many of you have visited a funeral where people have been buried. Your colleague, your classmate, your friend, your relation. You know what happened to them? Poor, rich, grassroots. You know what happened to the children and all that. And material and property. You know what happened to them? When you start there, God will begin to strengthen your mind to think more. Many things you cannot remember, you will not know. It will just be coming to your mind. And before you know it, you burst into tears. By the time you start crying and crying and crying, you bring out your faith bracelets. Then you begin to meditate. Take more of me. Give me more of you. It may be laughing. You may be laughing. You may be crying. Well, whatever way, whatever come after that thinking more, you start from there. Take more of me, give me more of you. More of your faithfulness, more of your kindness, more of your goodness. Lord Jesus, save me, I will be saved. Heal me, I will be healed. Deliver me, I shall be delivered. Rescue me, I shall be rescued. You start the chatting with your faith bracelets with that immediately. Before you know it, I'm telling you, write it down. You have never fallen into spirit before. It will happen. It will happen. Because you need to experience this, that journey. Before you know, if you think more, before you think more, and there you start from the foundation of when this life is over, what next? And you begin to think, and God will strengthen you. Before you know it, you burst into tears. Some will start speaking in tongues. You just find yourself speaking in tongues because at that moment you are in another realm. A realm that normal human being cannot. Before you know it, there, if you are not sitting down, you will fall on the floor. Before you know it, you are gone. You just be on the floor. By the time you wake up, you find yourself dream. Vision. If you enter, if that happened to you once, you will want it to be happen to you all the time. A time will come you will not be able to go to work. You just wake up in the morning, begin to think more. By the time you think more, what comes next, and you begin to chat your destiny, you may fall in the spirit there for 2 to 3 hours. By the time you open your eyes, 12 afternoon, you can't go to work. By the time you come out, revelation, dream, all you need to know about yourself, you begin to write it down. Write it down. If your children are around or your husband, you open the door and say, If your husband understands what happened, he will just leave you. This is what you need. I gave you something, you started counting number. Jesus, Jesus, Lord, God, J. What I give you is not a religious for the religious purpose. You are handle this thing as if it's a religious purpose. It's not. You are the way you go about it. I don't like. That is why I refuse to release it. But this is just the secret. Let me tell you, faith is perfected. Take your pen. Take your pen. Take your pen. I will end here. You know, only faith places God. And I'm taking you back to that faith of level. Faith is perfected. Write it down. Faith is perfected by our acting on the word. Have you written this? Faith is perfected by our acting on the word. Have you finished writing? Good. How do we act on the word? The secret. Because you don't know what faith is. You know faith is hearing the word and obey. No, there are more to that. By perfecting, faith is perfecting by acting. If you have not acted on the word, faith cannot be perfected. Faith is of hear, obey. Hear, obey. Now, you cannot obey that word when the word is not dominate your heart. The word must dominate your heart, live in your heart, rule your heart. This is the secret of faith. And for the word to dominate your heart, it's not be taken there by coins. You know, you want to coins, because faith is heavily currencies. You know, you take $1, you have to change it to coins. Take it to your heart. It goes to your heart. The word must dominate your heart, living in your heart, rule your heart. By the time the word begins to dominate your heart, if I touch this man, look at him. If I touch him now, say, Jesus. But as I'm touching you now, he said, leave me. Say, you hear? Jesus. If the man is about to fall, look at him. It's not saying Jesus, you want to fall. He said, my honey. It's shouting my honey. Can your honey help you? No. In a little way, you started that rule your heart. Little thing, if something that hit you, Jesus, it's not honey.